We've just been evacuated. We've just been evacuated from this Good Samaritan's car. You got it, Dad. We're having to walk. This is crazy. There's a fire right outside our car. This is Samson, and I wanted to tell a story about how two strangers saved my father-in-law and I from the Pacific Palisades fire and set me on a quest to really document other stories of hope and resilience. These are some images I took of when the fire first started on Tuesday, January 7th. I was taking care of my dad at his house in the Palisades. He has Parkinson's and was recovering from an eye surgery, and I was the only one there, and I was carless, so it made matters a little difficult. I went back inside, I showed my dad the pictures, I said, "We gotta go," but my dad refused to go, and that's when I got my wife on the phone, and she said, "Dad, you're putting in danger the life of the father of my children. You need to go now." And at that point, he said, "Okay." So shortly after that, I started running up the block on Glen Haven Drive, trying to find a neighbor who would help us. I couldn't find anybody, but then finally I saw someone pulling out of his driveway, and that was Jeff. And I said, "Can you help us?" And he pulled up his car and said, "Sure, hop in."
That I had that there's information, real-time information that they need to pay attention to. Now, mind you,
there's a fire, Dad. You see it?
It might change very, very quickly.
There's one of the many fires.
That I heard in that
Where's the fire?
area,
right here. Look it to your right, Dad. There's one of the fires.
That could have changed as of the few minutes that we've been on the phone. The key message and takeaway is for the public to listen to real-time evacuation.
Are you okay?
That's really close to my house.
Fires everywhere. Right here, there's a fire just a few feet from us. We had been driving for a while, and toward the bottom of the hill on Sunset, we were completely stopped in traffic. And there were these fires approaching us on the right-hand side, and there was a big fire right ahead of us where our cars were headed. And right as that happened, these cops started running up the hill, yelling at everyone, "Get out of the cars! Get out of the cars!" And that's when everyone had to evacuate on foot. Here's a picture a professional photographer took of me as I was trying to set up my dad's walker and get him out of the car. We've just been evacuated. We've just been evacuated from this Good Samaritan's car. You got it, Dad. We're having to walk. This is crazy. There's a fire right outside our car. We got it. No, not that way, Dad. Okay. Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. He's very wobbly. Here. They've just kicked us out of our car. Okay, just walk alongside the car. Okay, grab this pole. Grab this pole. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna get your walker, Dad. Hold on to that, okay? Okay, Dad. Turn around. Turn around, Dad. We got this. We got the video for it, too. Come on, Dad. Turn around. We got this. We got this. Embers were actually putting holes in my dad's shirt that day, and I was weaving him in and out, trying to dodge cars. We actually ended up on this large street, Pacific Palisades, which was an apocalyptic scene. Can't do this. Look at this. I got him in the wheelchair. All right.
If it turns out as the fire catches up, run for safety.
No, Dad. I was racing my dad down the hill as the fires were getting closer, and that's when another stranger, Andrew, came to the rescue. He was actually trying to get up to his home, but the police wouldn't let him through. He wanted to save his cats. He saw us struggling and did a U-turn.
It was just surreal because I was like, "Get in," and you were going, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Who cares?"
Another fire. We just got in another Good Samaritan's car. Andrew. Andrew got us out of harm's way. And here's a photo taken the next day on Wednesday, January 8th, right before a family member drove my dad down to the San Diego area. You can see we're wearing the same smoky clothes from the day before. We found out later that my dad's house burned down, Andrew's house burned down, Jeff's house and car burnt to a crisp. But in spite of it all, we were happy to be alive. After I told Jeff that I'd make it up to him, he texted back, "There is nothing to make up. Our lives are what's most important." Andrew also wrote me, "Aaron, Maybe we make this world a better place. Hope has always been the wild card for humanity. We've always been able to pull it together. But this story's not over. What about Andrew's cats? They were stuck in his house as the neighborhood was burning down.
Eric is still up there right now saving animals.
Introducing another stranger and helper of hope named Eric. This guy defied evacuation orders in the Palisades for nearly 2 days as he was breaking into burning houses, saving every pet in the neighborhood that he could.
We call Eric after we find out he's up there, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm at my brother's house. The neighbor's house just exploded. My brother's house just caught on fire." And so I'm going like, "Well, could you save our cats?"
The smoke was so thick, I couldn't breathe. I was gagging. My eyes were watering because I didn't have a mask. And I said, I got to get out to get fresh air. And when I got out to get fresh air, the whole garage was on fire outside, and above the doorway was on fire.
Oh my
I
God.
barely got out, and I had to get in my car, and my car got melted in the front because I was in the driveway.
Oh my God.
What can you pray for? Just pray for the cats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy
And so
crap.
you
I
were-
don't know. If you weren't religious before, you're kind of like the power of prayer somehow pulled off this miracle at the very end of this story.